What's going on, guys? Sorry it's been a while since I posted a video here. Just been kind of busy, and it's expensive to shoot guns often, so let me get my Zimbabwe going. As you can see, I have recently finished a PRS build. Never shot a match before, so this is new to me. But, you know, grew up shooting hunting rifles and whatnot, so I figured how hard could it be. It's been fun. I actually just got back from the range today. This gun just got put together. So first time shooting it was today. And I'll go into detail on the build itself, what all you're looking at. But just for reference, I was shooting, where do I put this? I was shooting 140 grain Hornady ELDMs and was getting a little bit of inconsistency. I don't know if it was me pulling. I doubt it, because it was 100 yards and I'm, you know, locked in with a bipod and shooting bag. So I can't see that being the issue, which leads me to believe I maybe just got a bad lot with the Hornady. I would put 3 bullets roughly in the same hole and then have a stringer like 1.5 inches off to the left or up or down, you know what I mean? So I'm going to try out some new stuff. I just ordered 200 rounds of Federal 130 OTM. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you guys informed on that. But I got the paper here with me. So let me get a little closer here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. This is just me messing around, kind of shooting and being frustrated. But let me see. My last group of the day was right here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. My opening shot, I remember, was down there. And then, no, excuse me. The opening shot was over here. Then the second one was down there, and then there, and then back to the same hole, and then the last 2 shots were in the same hole over here. So that might just be me pulling. Again, I don't know. I might just suck at shooting. But, yeah. So I think it's a sub MO8 gun. I need to try some different ammo. My shots on steel at the long range, shooting range, were more indicative of what I'm looking for in this gun than my 100-yard zeroing attempt, which left something to be desired, in my opinion, on paper. So this rifle is completely custom. Let's go ahead and just start with the stock. So this is a Foundation Centurion short action stock. It's a Micarta stock. I'll lay in shooting footage, but it's before I got this particular stock, I had shot a buddy's chassis build, and it was smooth. It was a 6-arc, or maybe it was a GT. I don't remember, but there was very little recoil. So the chassis, it was awesome. It feels really good. This is a little bit bigger of a bullet than those, so there's going to be a little more recoil. But I will say, and it's apples to oranges, I have a Christensen Arms Mesa FFT that's like a pencil barrel and a super light stock and 308, and that thing is, I shoot a box and that's good. I got a bruise on my arm. It's just super light. You feel every bit of the recoil. This thing, in this stock in particular, it's like, what's a good way to put it? I don't know. It's very dead when you shoot it. As far as the recoil goes, you get the initial kick, obviously, but it doesn't have that like sluggish feel of recoil, if that makes any sense at all. Like, it's just an immediate kick, and it just dampens a lot of the movement, it feels like. So super duper impressive. And there's a reason why the top shooters in the world are shooting Foundation stocks. It's a Micarta stock. It's awesome. This is the black one, the black Micarta. Let's go on. So I've got a, what do I have? Lone Peak Fusion Action. It's super smooth. It's super smooth. Zero complaints on that. My first ever rifle was a Remington 700, like the actual R700. I think it was an SPS with the big barrel. And it was a bull barrel. And that was a chalky action. Remington 700 actions have a reputation of being just a little chalky sometimes, as opposed to like a Tikka. But this one is butter. There's zero. It's the best action I've ever had. Better than my Christensen, which I think is still on a 700 platform. I don't remember, but super smooth. Moving up to the scope rings, I've got the Area 419. I don't know. I think they're called the match scope rings. And these are the tall. These are tall. Like I think they're 1.53 maybe. I don't remember. These are the tall ones though. And the reason I did that is because I've got my cheek weld adjusted pretty high. I don't like having to bury my head way down. It's nice to be able to just kind of put your cheek up to it naturally and get a sight picture without having to manipulate where your chin's at too much. That's just a preference thing though. You guys might like lower scope mounts, and you can see the scope sits off the barrel a good inch probably, which I like that. It's good for me. And then the optic, I've got a NightForce NX8 4.5 to 32 by 50. First focal plane scope with a sunshade on it. I like the scope a lot. This is my first mill scope. I have a 18-inch sort of SPR style AR-15 that I bring out there sometimes, and I have this exact same scope on that gun, but it's the MOA scope. And this one has the Christmas tree reticle. I forgot what it's called, but I love it. It's super sharp. The adjustments are easy. Didn't have a problem getting the rifle on target. I actually just bore sighted at the range, dropped a cheek cone, pulled the bolt out, lined up the barrel 100 yards on my target. Didn't move it, put the scope where it needed to be, took one shot, adjusted another time, and I was within 2 inches. So it took me 3-4 shots to get a good group, and then I was just kind of chasing it. And I might be just because it's a brand new barrel. It might be because I suck at shooting. It might be because the ammo is a little bit inconsistent. I think the ammo is a little inconsistent because I'm a good shot, especially at 100 yards. Anyway, and then moving on to the barrel is a Bartlein MTU profile with a 1 in 8 twist. It's been cut down to 22 inches because I'm running a DeadAir Sandman S suppressor on it. I'm the weirdo that likes shooting suppressed. What do you do? And then we've got the, I don't remember, Hawkins MDS maybe? Bottom metal? I don't know what I'm talking about. And I've got an Accutac Bipod. This is the one that allows you to adjust the legs at a cant, at an angle, like the 45-degree angle. You just pull that out. And it like sets there, and you've got all these different angles and stuff. But I really like how this rifle balances too. It's got a nice balancing point there at the base of the stock where the foregrip comes out. And I don't know how heavy it is, but I imagine it's every bit of 22, 25, something like that. But yeah, so I'm probably going to, I just wanted to introduce the rifle with this video, essentially. And I'll be taking this to the range again when I get that new ammo. And seeing how the shots are grouping in 100 with those. But as far as steel silhouettes go, it was doing what I needed it to do, actually. I don't know if it's because the rifle was just brand new when I was shot that first box or two, and I was getting some inconsistencies with the groups. But like my last box of the day, I went 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, and 1,100 yards. And I think I'm out of one box, 20 round box, I probably missed like 4 shots. Just going back and forth with my Kestrel and dialing the elevation and just holding windage. So overall, love it. Super fun to shoot. Super expensive. I think this whole thing altogether, the scope was like 2, stock was 14, barrel was 6. Probably like 6 to 7 grand for this rifle. Do you need that to get started in PRS? No, but that's just kind of the kind of dude I am. I was like that with my golf clubs too. Like when I got into golf, I went all in on the golf clubs. Got like brand new set, completely like measured or fitted. And in a way, buying like the nicest shit to start out is, I don't have an excuse not to go at that point, and I feel guilty if I don't go. So this is going to get me at the range way more than a $400 budget rifle would, or $1,000, whatever, you know what I mean. So I love it, and it's set up to go. It's set up to enter a PRS match. I just got to get the confidence to do that, and I got to get familiar with the rules and stuff. I don't want to go out there and look like a moron. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit the subscribe button, hit a like, leave something in the comments. Let me know what you think about the rifle. Let me know if you have any tips. I don't know. Anyway, I think the ammo sucks. Who knows? We'll check it out. Like I said, I ordered Federal 130s with the Burger projectiles. So we'll see how those go. And like I said, I'll bring that to the range next time and shoot that, and we'll get a better understanding of how she really runs. And I really wanted to run it. I really wanted to run my camera when I was out there, but there was just a bunch of people, and I don't want to look like, I'm kind of new to the range that I go to. I don't want to look like that guy, like talking to a camera. You know how it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.